Hey everybody, and welcome to New Game Plus of Arcade Spirits after a fashion. Where last we left off, Deco, the thieving vulture, had effectively shut down the Funplex and turned it into one of his own ghoulish locales, and we were chucked out on our arse, but not before giving a damn good thrashing before we left. And had a narrow escape with falling back into despair, but thanks to the quick thinking of our friends, we are now on the verge of opening our very own arcade, and it's gonna be the damn best. So let's stick it to Dekonami. Show him what we're really capable of. New Game Plus. Aha, you see. Let's see what kind of... Let's see just how much impotent fury we can reduce Deco to. It is the distant future year of 20XTX, and for the first time I am entirely in control of my destiny. Yeah, we're gonna kick his ass. We already punched his face, so let's kick his ass. I'm no longer merely working at an arcade, now I'm working on my future. Which admittedly still involves working in an arcade, but still my future. I'll admit, it feels weird. I'd grown so used to going with the flow, letting life batter and bruise me, that having a true and honest hand on the controls is a bit terrifying. Everyone's counting on me to keep the flames of Miss Francine's Funplex alive as we move into the era of arcade spirits. I couldn't change the name, it's too perfect. And, well... I want this to be perfect. I will make it so. Make it so, Captain. My hands are on the controls and I intend to steer this ship true. They're relying on me to be the steady rock in the chaos of this new project, so that's what I have to be. I'll make them all proud of me, and proud to be part of Arcade Spirits. If there's one driving reason to make this work, it's all of them. I want to give everyone a home away from home, especially after losing the Funplex. This will be ours, and I'm not going to settle for anything less, no matter what it takes. Now all that's left is to get through opening day without incident. Yeah. I remember last time we said just getting through the day without incident, and we ended up having to deal with children. I arrived early that morning to go over any last minute preparations and make sure everything's in order. Plus Juniper was sick of watching me pace back and forth at home after breakfast. So she lovingly shoved me out of the apartment and told me to go to be productive. Now I stood in awe of the building, the dream I poured my heart and soul into. Still barely believed it myself. I paused a moment to let the reality finally hit me, and then stepped into my destiny. Oh, it's beautiful. Pushing open the doors to the arcade spirits, I was greeted by relative peace and quiet, just the beeps and boops and people moving about doing last-minute preparations. We travelled along an arduous road ever since the Great Waked of Conspiracy. Gavin secured us a great rental space, an abandoned pizza place with that all-too-familiar triangular roof. Nobody else wanted it, but we didn't care about the funny shape. Quirk is in our favour. And I really couldn't have done all the renovations this place needed without the help of our financial benefactor. Hamza proved true to his word, fronting us as much of the money as we needed to make this happen. Now we've got a family restaurant and an arcade to rival Deco's Palace. Well, okay, it's very small compared to Deco's Palace, but quality over quantity. We went with a familiar layout, if it ain't broke and all that, to show that we've still got the spirit and passion that made the Funplex great. But it's not all a carbon copy, we've got a few new additions that Francine would even be proud of. The video wall's a nice touch. That one was my idea. It alternates between running music videos, game promos and high score leaderboards. We also repainted it and did a general update on all the appliances and furniture to give it a more finished feel and less of a retired pizza placer turned arcade vibe. Teo and Queen Bee worked together to pick out a few key games that would appeal to the esports community. We've got fighting games, racing games, shooting games, dancing games. You want head-to-head action? We got it. Granted, we still have a decent selection of other stuff too, so all tastes are catered to, but Queen Bee's confident this will pull in the fighting game community as well as the MOBA community. Still have no idea what a MOBA is, apart from Fist of Discomfort-like, but Queen Bee assures me it's hot shit right now. As for Queen Bee's experiment into advanced streamer support, well, I'm unsure of how this will pan out, but she's confident in it. Such confidence is contagious. She's invited a few big-name streamers to drop in on opening day and broadcast from our makeshift little studio that'll build up some buzz for the arcade, far and wide. All of my decisions, all of my choices made this. Made Arcade Spirits what it is. So much labour and love went into the project from all of us, and now all that's left is to officially open these doors. But before that fateful hour happens, I still want to do one last check on operations, just in case. The restaurant side of this equation proved to be very complicated. I go cross-eyed trying to parse the numbers on that side of the business. Hopefully it wouldn't drive us to bankruptcy, or the arcade wouldn't bankrupt the restaurant, or both at the same time. Hark! The great Hamza senses concern from his business partner.
Perfection.
Rest assured, Arikeda, that Hamza has seen to all that requires singing to. Our delicacies shall ring true across the taste buds of this city. Look, get us some decent burgers and some proper mac and cheese, and we will be knocking it out of the park. I'm not sure what I would consider burgers and buffalo wings as delicacies. It depends where you're from. Hamza is aware that we shall never earn 5 stars with our cuisine, but we shall be the pinnacle of deep-fried foodstuffs. Today, Hamza will oversee operations. Beyond this opening day, I leave you in the hands of my capable chefs and waitstaff. But you'll be in touch, right? I'd hate for you to suddenly jet off to, like, Istanbul, not Constantinople, and suddenly everything's on fire. No matter what corner of the globe Hamza's travels take him to, he can be summoned at the speed of light. Well, at the speed of air travel, really. And now, back to my kitchen. Our glorious future together in business awaits. Hamza claps twice before leaving in a flourish. Okay, being partners with Hamza is going to take some getting used to. Running a restaurant and an arcade is riskier than I thought it'd be, but for all of his quirkiness, he knows his business, right? He's rich. Rich people are smart, right? After my quick check-in, I notice the clock. Its unforgiving hands telling me that it's not long now. See? Everything going perfectly. No detail overlooked, just according to Keikaku. Translator's note, Keikaku means plan. God damn it. I'm proud of everything we've accomplished. When those doors open and all our regulars come back to play, when new folks are drawn by our advertising wander in, it'll all click. I allow myself a smile, pleased with our progress. Today is going to be a great day. The first day of our new dream. It'll be wonderful. As long as no unforeseen problems pop up. Oh, why did you have to say it? Oh, why did you say that? That's like saying, I think we lost them. Guess who? And that's when someone snuck up and behind me and covered my eyes. Is it Ashley? Guess again. Is it former President William Henry Harrison, who only held office for 31 days before dying of pneumonia? Not quite. Hi, Juniper.
Nice!
You guessed it. Good for you. Decided to take a break from all the indie contracts I'm hammering away on so I could drop by the opening ceremony and wish you luck. You know, you've got a lot of people out there waiting to get in. Are you ready? Ready as I'll ever be. I'm proud of you, Ari. Seriously, you've come a long way from that sad sack who just shuffled from job to job. You've really built something amazing here. Always nice to get some outside validation. I wanted today to be perfect, and it seems I've reached that goal. I feel like the kind of smug satisfaction you can't find outside being a supervillain in a spy movie. Thanks. It was a team effort, really. I couldn't have done all this by myself.
Definitely.
I'm glad I'm glad you've got such great friends to help you make this work. I mean, otherwise this place would be a total dump, am I right? What? You know, because you... Thanks. Because you're kind of a slob? Yeah? Yeah. I mean, how often do I have to go picking up your underwear and socks that you just sort of toss all over the place? Hey, that's not my fault. Hey, now, I know I'm not perfect, but Juniper's really laying it on thick. I can feel the sting right in my unwashed hoodie. But seriously. so I'm a bit slovenly. What? So what? How about you clean the bathroom with some apology? Yeah, so... Hey, I got a lot going on, you know? And so I miss the hamper every now and then. It's no big deal, right? It's just the two of us. We're not hosting fancy parties or anything.
Come on.
If we wanted to host a party, fancy or otherwise, it'd take 6 weeks with a machete to clear-cut the mess in our place. And don't get me started on the dirty dishes everywhere. Plates crusted over with leftover dinner residue. Ew. This is going from good-natured roomie ribbing to uncomfortable very quickly. I'm just saying, it's my space too, you know? You could pick up after yourself more, not rely on me to do all the cleaning around the place. I clean? Juniper, how many years have we been living together? I don't know, a few? Why? So why is this only coming up now?
Seriously? We're not just co-renting an apartment as roomies anymore, you know? We're in a relationship. Heck, you're sleeping in my bedroom now. Mostly because yours is an unlivable mess. But this isn't just me complaining. I'm trying to help you. You're an adult now, you know? You need to take care of things like this.
In
It's
a
matter of
legal sense,
self-respect.
I'm an adult, but...
Not just an adult, but a business owner, a manager. You're responsible for so much more than you were before. And how you take care of yourself reflects on all of that.
Ugh, alright, thanks, Mum.
I mean, you're still wearing that ratty old hoodie. Look at Gavin. He's got a nice suit.
I like this hoodie. There's a rip in his pants. It's been there for ages.
Yeah, well, it's still way classier than the way you dress. My point is, you need to step up your game. Seriously.
Can't help but feel a little ambushed here. I mean, it's not like she's wrong, but this is really, really weird timing. Yeah, okay, you're trying to help, but this is not the time. Juniper, don't get me wrong, I appreciate all the help you've given me and continue to give me. I wouldn't have gotten this far without you encouraging me, but we're literally 2 minutes from opening the doors. I can't exactly do anything right now about dirty socks on our apartment floor or wearing a hoodie to work. That's not the point. It's just...
Ooh.
Never mind. Forget it. Forget I brought any of this. Oh, this is gonna be bad later. I'll let you get to your important work. Maybe I'll go get some lunch or something, and then go clean the apartment, because it really needs it. Juniper... she's gone. Honestly, I shouldn't have really been surprised by any of that. Things are okay between friendly roomies are not okay between a couple living together. And things have been different between us ever since Flotsam Beach. Not bad at all, but different. And that's taking some getting used to for both of us. I hate leaving this stewing, but, well... Can't handle this right now. As much as I want to stop everything and sort through this mess, I've got a job to do today. There will be time later to patch things up with Juniper, presumably. I at least need to try and put this turmoil behind me so I can focus on the first day of Arcade Spirits with a smile. Despite reeling from the incident just now, I'm ready to do this, because I have to be ready. No choice. I've got big plans for the opening ceremony. I'm going to open the doors, give my prepared speech to the gathered masses, stay on hand to greet gamers as they enter. Stepping to the forefront, I grasp the handles and throw the gates to Arcade Spirits wide. Scoundrels! Heretics! Believers! That's what I'd do, personally. Behold, gamers! Welcome, friends. I hope that... Arrgh! Stampede! I don't even have time to finish one line of my dramatic speech. The crowd spills through the doors and runs right past me, eager to get to the games. Immediately the arcade fills with the sound of beeps and boops, games starting up and people laughing with delight as they find their favourites. Well, that goes my entire opening ceremony plans out the window. I had all sorts of stuff planned, but if folks just want to get to gaming, then who am I to argue? Apart from the guy in charge! After a few minutes of final checks around the place, I decided to move into Phase 2, meet and greets around the arcade. I walked the arcade like I did in my floor attendant days, talking with folks and making sure everything's running smoothly. Although I could probably truck down Juniper too, assuming she wants to talk yet, which may not be the case. Arcade Spirits is my domain, open to my exploration. Where should I visit first? Oh. Dancing stage has immediately crashed. yeah, let's introduce ourselves to the new blood. Near the centre of the arcade, Ashley's showing off her new cosplay to Queen Bee. Oh wow, she's rocking the magical girl outfit. Wow, just wow. She's been keeping it a total surprise from all of us, working in secret on it. Impressive stuff. It seems to have attracted the attention of a brand new customer, at least. I think I remember them from Deco's Palace. I was getting some fries and someone was hogging the bartender's attention. Hey, look, kid, a real life in the wild newbie.
Hiya.
Welcome to Arcade Spirits. We're so happy to have us join you for opening day. Thank you. Yikes, who's this Splatoon-looking motherfucker? Child, yes, you, young one. Tell Ari what you told us. That, I've never used a joystick before in my life? Whoa. I mean, I've mostly been to Deco's Palace or played games on my phone, touchscreens and stuff, that's all. Never really been much of a gamer. All my friends are here today, so I was figuring I might try one out.
Wow.
Never! Not once it played on a joystick. Can you believe it? Yeah, we've all been there. No point in faulting for it now. Oh, that's just too cute. Ah, to be young and innocent again. He doesn't look that much younger than you, Ashley. And don't worry at all, Arcade Spirits is the right place to learn. We're a friendly, inviting sort of arcade. No mad skills required. Here it's all about having fun. Oh yeah, and you know what's super fun? Learning how to play Fist of Discomfort. Trust me. Wanna go a few rounds? I'll even spot you some tokens. Seeing Queen Bee's con, Ashley quickly offers something else.
Nah.
Or you could join me for a round or two of TMNT. Nothing like a friendly cooperative brawler game to ease you into things.
No way.
Best way to learn is to jump headfirst into the deep end, I say. No regrets, just mashing buttons and moving that joystick. And when you're starting with the hottest title, you've got built-in community to learn from, right at your fingertips. But turtles! Turtles who are ninjas! Looks like I might need to jump in and persuade this kid to choose a game. Looks like they're a deer trapped in headlights, stuck in the crossfire. Yeah, started with some friendly fun. I'm not... Turtles who are also ninjas, exactly. I'm really not big on... Like... I can guarantee that, like, throwing him in at the deep end with friggin' League of Legends is not going to be good. So, go with the quieter end of things. Start you out right. 2 buttons, 1 stick, endless fun. Ashley, want to show our new friend here the majesty of mutants named after famous painters?
Yes!
Oh, do I? Let's go beat up some conveniently bloodless robot ninjas and get shell-shocked. Okay, sure, lead the way. The newbie seems happy with this decision, even if it's just because they get to play with Ashley, who's a bit less intimidating. Oh, hell. I was looking forward to decimating that newbie quite a bit. In a good-natured way, of course. I'm still learning from my teammates in 4HK, and I'm eager to pass some lessons on. Alright, I'm going back to beating the crap out of fodder. You have fun out there, okay? You've earned this day, through your blood, sweat and tears. Hopefully more blood than sweat and tears, but you get the idea. Time for me to move on. Let's check in on Naomi. Most of the time I'm drawn to Showtime stage, it's because of the flashing lights and the hit beats, not because it's gone completely silent. No music at all. As I approach, Naomi's feverishly working to fix it. Seeing the whole thing without tunes synced to its flashy lighting rig is going kinda depressing, and listening to Naomi mutter as she works, she undoubtedly feels the same way.
Oh.
It was working fine earlier, why isn't it working now? Oof. Fortunately, Teo is proving surprisingly knowledgeable about the inner workings of his favourite game. You may need to re-image the hard drive. I know some grey area websites where you can get a replacement copy of the files if needed. Don't need more Russian malware in my life. Last time I did that, it killed my laptop. This is the 3rd release of Showtime Stages software, right? Those are easier to come by than the more modern 4th version, oddly enough. The files aren't the problem. I think the hard drive itself was damaged in shipping. And if so, well, you might not be able to dance at all today. I'd have to order a new pod. I'm sorry, there was just so many games to get up and running, I must have missed this ticking time bomb of a hardware failure. Hey, it's cool, I don't need to get my groove on all the time. Showtime Stage is one of our flagships games. It's flashy, it's exciting, and Teo's dance moves bring the crowd in. Getting it working for opening day is a priority. Yeah, do we just have any, like, spare drives around? This isn't the only game which uses a hard disk, right? Can we pull out and reformat one from another game using Teo's files to make a clone of Showtime Stage? Well, it'd mean voluntarily disabling one of our other games, but... Wait, I know! Wild Rider! That piece of poop's always crashing on us, and it's not like it's very popular. Let's yank the hard drive from that and make a Showtime Stage drive.
Yeah!
I can have that up and running in an hour. Sounds perfect. I'll send you the files, go get a bite to eat, and be back in time for everyone to show what a great dance community we've got here at Arcade Spirits. So it'll take a bit of time, but we'll get our stage back in working order. Good, good. Maybe we'll get through this opening day without any major problems aside from this. Oh, more Splatoon-looking people. Before I go, I spot a gamer who's been watching, super curious about what's going on. Hey, is Showtime Stage really hosed? For now, yeah, but we'll have it fixed up as soon as we can. Oh man, I want to get in my groove on. That's a bummer. You know, I might know a guy who knows a guy who can get your replacement super cheap. Or like, any game you want. Anything, as long as, you know, you don't ask too many questions. Yeah, I don't think we want hot cargo. I'm getting the feeling I'd be asking lots of questions. Generally when people don't want questions asked, there's lots of questions which should be asked, yes? Yeah, but I'm just full of questions. Why is the sky blue? Where do babies come from? Are you a cop? Those sorts of questions. But really, are you a cop? Hey, I'm not one of those pigs, no way. Don't worry about it. You need my connection, you just look me up, okay? I'll be here all day. I like this place. Got a little bit of everything. Especially all that sweet PvP and esports stuff you got. Kicking ass and taking names is my jam. I'll just come back later to wow all the ladies with my hot style. Later. Well, that was odd. But he fades back into the crowd, I decide to move on. Where to visit next? Alright, last thing to check is the restaurant. Oh yes, that's the stuff. Seeing as we decided to open the new arcade and restaurant in time for the lunch rush, it's difficult to spot Gavin and Percy in the crowd. But I managed to find them, having sandwiches and chatting. I love the chicken club. Tanked, completely tanked.
Much obliged.
I'm glad for your little tip, but I was ready to invest a good chunk of my pocketbook into that company. All my hard work would have tanked right alongside it. This is par for the course when my siblings snatch up technology companies. It's a pump and dump, in essence. They stir up excitement in the acquisition, then drop it once it goes cold. I've never seen one of their endeavours bear fruit for very long, thanks to their short attention spans. I'm glad I could save you the heartache.
Apologies.
No offence. I think I can handle a few accidental heart-related puns without going into cardiac arrest, my good fellow. But it's good to avoid a pothole on the road of finance, yeah? All the better for charities who will eventually profit from my own loss. I approach them in what seems to be the natural lull in the conversation, although talk of finances is in itself quite a downer. So, stock market talk?
Ah, indeed.
I like to do my trades in the morning before I come to the arcade, get all that bother over with so I can focus on Moopy. Afraid we're being astoundingly boring at the moment, Ari. Just two overly serious gentlemen talking about finance. That's fine, I'm adulting at 110% efficiency today. Having started a new business myself, I could probably learn about, like, how money works. Oh, what would you like to know about? What taxes do? Yeah, I've never had to file for a business before. No, investment, that's always a good thing to check out on. I'd like to invest in our future, think long term, you know? Surviving for many years to come rather than jumping at the easiest profits I can. Any tips? A fine view to take. My own investments are preferably long term, yeah. I make moment to moment trades, but they're backed by stabilities of stock bedrock. Even after I'm gone, I expect many of those to cash out gradually. I've hired a phalanx of lawyers to carry out my wishes over the next, 30 years? Yes, I would like to know, yes. Gavin, how about I show you my portfolio? Give you some ideas of how to build a nest egg for Arcade Spirits.
Thank you.
I'd be honoured. I'll let you two handle the fine details. The two sink deeper into conversation about currency exchanges, fiscal policy, tax rate changes, and I start to lose consciousness. I admire their passion, but there's only so much adulting I can handle in one day, and I need to reserve some for later. It's then that I notice raised voices at a nearby table. It's not really an altercation or an incident yet, but they are talking a bit louder than the others. Miss, I've run your credit card twice, and it was declined twice.
Man, this sucks.
Run it again, I'm telling you, it was working just fine earlier. I got tokens using it, see? See these tokens? Sensing an opportunity to provide excellent customer service and further prove my adulting chops, I step in to help. Hello, morning, I'm the manager here, can I be some assistance? She looks awfully familiar. Have we met before? Oh right, I invited her to check out my arcade, didn't I? Guess that's why she's here.
What's up?
Hey, good to see you. I love what you've done with the place, just love it. This ghost emblem seems to be fairly common. I'm seeing, like, all these teenager people have, like, the same ghost emblem on them. Something's wrong with your credit card readers. My card's legit. I was using it earlier with no issues, but now it's all messed up and stuff. Can you help me? I can pay cash if I gotta. I'm not trying to duck and run on you, but I really prefer to use the card. Running it again probably isn't going to help. Yeah, let's get the tech head on this thing. Fortunately, I happen to have an expert in all things digital in my employee, so she can clear up your credit card problem nice and quick. Oh, Iris?
Iris, online.
Sure thing. Miss, can you please swipe your card across my screen? This takes the customer by surprise. She hesitates briefly before doing as asked. Right, you have an Iris, I remember that. Now processing. Please enjoy this recorded music.
Bad command or file name?
Huh, that's odd. It says your card was declined. Cancelled even.
No helping it.
I'm sure this is just a misunderstanding, but whatever. I've got cash, plenty of cash. It's no problem at all. I'll take care of this myself. Thanks for trying. Ha! I mean, I've been there. I've had my card cancelled at, train stations and shit just because it's been this is out of character for you. She quickly goes about her business using a fistful of wands. So who's Pac-Man in this scenario then? She quickly goes about her business using a fistful of wands and various bits of change to pay her way through. Seems a little eager to get out of here, actually. That's odd. Really odd. Might need to keep an eye on that one. Well, with that matter settled, it's back to wandering the arcade. Where to next? Before I can continue my wanderings, Gavin pops directly into my path. Stop whatever you're doing and look towards the doors without making it look like you're looking for anyone specific. Oh, we're doing this one again. This happened a lot when I was working retail. Just keep an eye on that one. Okay, what am I pretending not to be looking for? Miss Jeanne de Fame. I have no idea who that is. The top arcade critic in the city. Her reviews can make or break an arcade easily. Didn't think she'd be coming today, as normally some little independent arcade is beneath her interest, but apparently she's made an exception. If you don't want to end up smeared across every website she writes for, I suggest you go play nice and show her all the positives of arcade spirits. Okay, I'm on it. Best foot forward. She's the redhead near the entrance with the handbag. Best of luck. I easily spot her thanks to Gavin's cues. Considering this morning lacked the usual chaos I'm experienced on my first day at the Funplex, I'd say we're off to a great start. Have fun. And I'm sure this reviewer will appreciate that. Wearing my most professional smile, I stroll over to the entrance. Oh hell. You! I remember you! Oh no. Oh no! My dear wonderful Josh had a miserable time in your arcade at that birthday party. You and your lanky friend implied my Josh was too stupid to know how coin slots work. Well, this arcade was fun while it lasted. Might as well burn it all to ashes now, and build a new arcade on those ashes 100 years from now after this blows over. Before I can try to defend myself, she holds up a hand to stop me. Now, while I seriously question the wisdom of allowing you to run an arcade, and would love nothing more than to give you 0 stars and walk away immediately, I am unfortunately committed by ethical standards to stay and properly review your establishment in a relatively unbiased fashion. So as unpleasant as this may be for the both of us, I suggest we remain professional, even if you've dug yourself a deep hole to climb out of, in my view. Understood? Even if I want to go on a tirade to chew her out, I've got to think of the arcade. This isn't some rando angry parent, not this time. Feels like chewing around glass, but I'll need to swallow my pride on this one. Understood. Excellent. What I need from you is to stay out of my way. No special treatment or consideration. I need to observe your arcade as a disinterested outside party so that I can judge your facility and atmosphere. But rest assured, if I see some egregious mistake, I will bring it to your attention pointedly. My readers likewise will become very aware of your shortcomings. I do my best to support consumer activism. Not Activision, don't support them. And that requires absolute honesty on any difficulties I observe. So until such a time as I require you, I suggest we speak no further. Agreed? Sure, fine. As you were then. Gladly. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Not only does she hate us right off the bat, but I can't even leap to the defence of what we've built here without antagonising her further. I need to talk with Gavin about how to save Arcade Spirits from the inevitable negative review. Nothing else I can do now but pray the arcade gods that everything from here on out goes perfectly. Once again, one on the floor, but this time it's all smiles and pleasantries on the outside. I'm left all alone, battling my thoughts. Now more than ever, I need to present the perfect arcade. If we're a bug under a magnifying glass thanks to this new wrinkle, well, I aim to be an absolutely majestic bug. A bug of bugs. A bug which knows no equal. We'll send Mrs. Defame packing with nothing but positive things to say. Besides, the morning wasn't too eventful. Who's to say this afternoon will be a disaster? I mean, now that you've said it. And then this afternoon was a disaster. I knew I'd spoken too soon when I saw Gavin approaching me with a tinge of worry furrowing his brow.
Utterly ridiculous.
It shouldn't be possible for us to be out of nachos in the vending machines this fast, and yet we are. I have receipts for ordering exactly enough to fill them up, and there are only a few bags in there. A missed delivery, perhaps? And that was the least of our problems. Ari, we've got an electrical problem. 3 of the retro games have shorted out. I don't understand it. I tested the power supplies. Outright rebuilt a few of them. Unless someone's seriously scuffing their sneakers and shocking the coin boxes, we're talking a failure somewhere of our electrical wiring. Calamity after catastrophe. They just get piling up.
What?
All the toilets have stopped working. All of them. We need to call a plumber fast, and not the one that jumps on turtles. There goes my any hope for a perfect opening. What are we gonna do? This doesn't make any sense. I'm freaking out. I'll admit that. I'm freaking out. Maybe we should close down for the day. Iron out the wrinkles. Try again tomorrow. We're hastily losing our grip on things. If I don't say anything, we might as well call it quits. I must refocus our energy. Okay. Command the troops. All hands. No. No way. We're not giving in just because a few bugs in the system. We are the Funplex expatriates, the proud crew of Arcade Spirits. Did we give up when Deco came knocking? Hell no. And we aren't giving up now. Want to hear some solutions? Talk to me, Ashley. The group exchanges nervous glances, then thankfully stops to breathe and think.
Ooh.
I will become the plumber we need. I mean, not exactly, but I'll grab a plunger and do what I can. We'll have to close down the bathrooms for now, but I'm sure we can convince one of our neighbours to loan us theirs, maybe? I'll check next door with them before I go do battle with our demonically possessed toilets. Well, I'd say this vending machine issue is a human error. I have enough faith in our own error checking to say this human is not responsible. I'll make some calls with our distributors and see where the chain broke down, and see about ordering some quick replacement stock. Mine's a bit more complex. I need to replace the fried power circuits, but I can do that. I can do most of those today. Meanwhile, I'll put a feeler out to the indie arcade community online, see if we can get an electrician in with arcade experience out here quickly. I've been meaning to get back into online groups, and even if it means popping my head in a crowd, I'll do it. Okay, good solutions, people, good solutions. I won't be able to work the floor while I'm taming our restrooms, Ari. Are you good for covering with me? Things seem to be getting more intense as the day picks up. You three focus on the task at hand. I may be the boss, but I was a floor attendant originally. I can handle whatever Arcade Spirits throws at me. Got it? Gotcha. But I'm changing out of this first. I want to get poo water all over our new mascot. Toodles! I'm on it. You can count on me. That's what I like to hear, boys. Roll out. With all three busy, that leaves me in charge of every problem that may emerge for the rest of the afternoon. No way to tap out with someone to help me on these ones. I need to work fast, hit every problem before it's too late. I can't leave any stones unturned this time. No risk of letting something spiral out of control. But I'm ready. I mean, I have to be. No choice. Feeling freshly invigorated, I start my floor trek. There are problems all around me. What should I tackle first? The video will keep showing pictures of bunnies? I didn't even spot that. I'm watching it now. What's it doing? High score. Tomb Raider. Alright, cursing and banging as someone beats up a machine. Oh, it's not him again, is it? Queen Bee cursing up a storm. Okay, this sounds like it's about to devolve into a fight, so... As I hear the clang and bang of someone assaulting a cabinet, I see Persley holding up a finger to grab my attention. I motion for him to join me, and he does. Thank goodness. I tried to grab Ashley, but she was in a hurry, brandishing a plunger like it was some sword. There's so much going on right now. What's happening? Some hooligan's working his way down the retro games, yelling at them and smacking around the joysticks like they're speed bags. I swear he was going to knock over our joust. That's how hard he was shoving that cabinet. People have avoided going near him ever since he started raging out. It's causing quite a scene. I'll take care of it, Percy. Thanks. Be careful, love. I don't like the look of this one. He places a hand on my shoulder in solidarity before leaving. Alright. My atomic karate is ready. This happens more often than you think. Someone getting so mad at a game they start smacking the cabinet around. Unlike pinball, which will just go into tilt mode to punish you, the only justice to be found here is mad justice. I am the arcade law. More Splatoon-looking motherfuckers. Go back to where you came from. You stupid fucking piece of shit game! I totally jumped over that fucking barrel! Fucking stupid monkey in his barrels! Even if, well, I'm a little less than eager to bring the law down on this guy. I am in awe at the size of this lad. He probably eats 6 whole hams for breakfast and bench presses pickup trucks for fun. But I know my duty. I know what I must do. Alright, out. You're done. Get out of my arcade, we're finished here. Excuse me? Did I hear that right? Oh, good. Just what I needed right now. From the corner of my eye, I spot Mr. Fame watching. Better stand firm. You heard me. I'm the manager here, and I reserve the right to refuse service to anyone. So bounce your ass out the door before I have it bounced out by the cops. You little... But, oddly, his attention is diverted to something or someone behind me. It's only for a couple of seconds, but his whole demeanour changes after that. Fine. He storms off, deciding he'd rather have the last word than argue it further. I turn to see who or what exactly changed his mind with a sharp glance, but the crowd's too thick. Whoever or whatever it was is gone now. And Mrs. Defame returns to the crowd without comment, hopefully quietly approving of my law-bringing. Ad mortem. That's how I bring the law, with a poleaxe. Now that was odd, but I guess a win is a win. Now, what problem to address next? Video wall we can fix later, but... Are you fucking kidding me? Queen Bee casts a sharp glare at someone who's about to play the idle fist of discomfort game she's guarding, dissuading them. Then looks down at her phone again, frantically keying in commands. Right, that's that sorted out. What's going on?
What the
Tried to hijack my streaming account. I don't get it. Naomi and I put together those dinky mini computers to stream game video ourselves. I made the security recommendations myself to avoid this sort of thing. Looks like I knew experimental tech to allow celebs like me to walk up on a game and start streaming in a few holes. Stepped away for a few minutes to hit the bathroom, which is a disaster zone by the way, and I got an alert on my phone that someone tried to log into my account. Didn't count my 2-factor authentication at least. I'll admit, I'm not silicon literate enough to know how streaming rig these two came up with works. I mean, speak for yourself. I just allocated some R&D funding to them to make it happen. Specifics are beyond me. Apparently the trouble's drawn the attention of the ever-watchful Mr. Fame. Wonderful. Okay, Naomi's busy fixing up power supplies, but grab her and ask her to turn off the streaming add-on for now, just until we sort this out. Great, just great. That's a day of streaming down the drain. But it beats leaving a security hole wide open. We'll figure this out later. With Naomi busy and Ashley battling toilets, I've only one option to turn to for technological assistance. Iris, can you check the security camera footage? See who messed with Fist of Discomfort machine while Queen Bee wasn't looking. Maybe that'll help.
Iris, online.
Already on it. I've been analysing the video feeds ever since she mentioned hacking was afoot. Nobody hacks my friends and gets away with it. It looks like the next person to approach the machine was a tall man with blue sunglasses. You think he did it? He accessed the USB slot streamers used to log into our new tech, but wasn't streaming anything or even playing the game. He just plugged in a small device, waited, then left. From the access logs, I'd say he's our culprit. I'm on it. Thanks, Iris. Oh boy. That's not a unique fashion sense. We've got saboteurs. This is a squad. This is a concerted effort here. Doesn't take long to track the guy down. For starters, there's his rather unique fashion sense. He's also plugging into another of our stream-friendly games without playing it. That's an extremely obvious tell. Kinda hard to give him the benefit of the doubt, or even a second chance. He's clearly broken the rules of the arcade. Although he looks like the sort who could break me if I break the news to him badly. What did I say about Poleaxe? I should choose my words wisely, one that involves me staying in one piece. Keep that up and I'm calling the cops. I don't give a shit. You want to start a fight? If he wants to start a fight, I get a bruise and a day off work, and he goes to prison. Let's be honest with each other, shall we? I'm the manager here, and I know damn well what you've been up to. Immediately he straightens up, pocketing the item like he was committing arcade crimes with it, all nonchalant like. What? I wasn't doing nothing. Yes, you were. I know, in fact, exactly what you were doing. And if you continue doing it, I'm calling the police. This is a second chance, a rare one, and I suggest you take it. There will not be a third. Understand? At first he growls a little, ready to protest his innocence, before holding himself back. Lucky I'm under orders, nerdo. Fine, whatever you want. Oh, under orders are we? Who do you work for? Where's the bomb? And he walks off into the crowd without another word. I'm left in a state of utter confusion as to our exchange, but I'll take it hesitantly. Iris? Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him through the security video feeds. Don't worry, I'll let you know if he resorts to his nefarious ways. All handled without causing an incident, although I'm vague on what he meant by orders exactly. With that in the bag, I quickly look around to see if there are any nearby problems I can address. Yeah, apparently the video wall's balked. The retro television-based video wall was an idea I came up with during renovations. Naomi runs the whole thing off a cheap mini-computer too. Practical and inexpensive, and it gives us the perfect amount of flair. And I've been pretty proud of it up until this moment. For some reason it's showing a nature documentary about cute and fluffy bunnies instead of retro music videos and arcade high scores. Not that bunnies are a bad thing, necessarily. There are so many worse things it could be playing, but it's still not playing what I want it to play. Something's amiss. As I'm hunting around for the remote control we keep at the prize decks, Teo approaches. Bunnies, huh? Yep, bunnies. Interesting choice, Ari. Not my choice, Teo. I'll have it fixed in a minute. Okay, cool. I was wondering if we suddenly experienced a paradigm shift in arcade theming or something. The bunnies are really cute, though. Grabbing the remote, I flick it back to channel 3, which should take the video feed from Naomi's system, and it flips back to the bunnies on channel 5 a few seconds later. Persistent, aren't they? Almost like the rabbits themselves. So I click back to channel 3, and note, once again it reverts back to 5. Okay, clearly we're dealing with a master hacker, one who can modify Naomi's system despite having no physical access to it. An individual clearly capable of truly hacking the planet. Yeah. Or a prankster with a universal TV remote. I've got one of those myself. Helps me turn off overly loud TVs and bars which drown out the beats of whatever game I'm playing. Not that I would ever do that, mind you, just in case. But with great power comes great responsibility, and clearly whoever's forcing us to watch this lacks the latter. How about I go subtly check the crowd to see if anyone's got a clear line of sight and is pointing a gadget at the video wall each time you change it. I'm strapped for help, so I'm not going to deny Teo's offer. Sure, go for it. The war for remote control continues for another minute, back and forth from music videos to documentaries about rabbits. And now it's showing them mating, which I'm seriously hoping does not count again as pornography, or it'll be another black mark against us with a certain arcade critic. It's only been a few minutes, but it feels like an eternity of copulating lagomorphs before Teo returns. Found him. Orange jacket standing in the pinball. Thanks, Teo. No worries. Anything for you, Ari. I roll up my sleeves on my hoodie, ready to put an end to this. Wait a minute, isn't that the arcade newbie from earlier? He didn't seem like a troublemaker at the time. What's going on here? No, it's definitely this kid. I can see the tiny plastic gadget in his hand. Briefly, before they pocket it again. Perhaps noticing my approach, the teenager rolls stealth and gets a natural 1, resulting in an awkward and obvious attempt to look unimportant at part of the crowd. Hey, didn't do anything! Hi, good to see you again. What's up? How are things? Given this little bundle of nervousness, I'm not sure I feel like coming down like a ton of bricks on the poor kid, but rules are rules. Got a thing for bunnies, eh? Cute. What's up, Doc? What? Okay, friend, bunnies are cute and everything, but stop messing with my TVs. I don't want to have to kick you out of here, got it? Okay, sorry. I wasn't trying to cause trouble. I mean, I was, but never mind. I'll stop. Thank you, bye. And they're gone, slipping back into the crowd. That was weird. What's going on here? Decided to look around a bit more, hoping some clues. What trouble should I investigate next? Before I can continue my quest to purge my arcade of evildoers, I'm interrupted by an onslaught of my hard-working staff. I knew it! I knew it! Ari, about our missing infantry.
Oh.
When I get on my hands on whoever did this, I found the electrical problem, Ari. Sabotage! Sabotage and treason! An enemy agent walks among us! Okay, so we have some insight into what's causing all these messes, but it's just a chaotic jumble right now. One at a time, please. Our suspiciously low snack inventory was indeed not human error. The delivery truck never arrived here. It was routed to a garbage dump due to a computer error, or as I suspect, malfeasance. And malfeasance explains our electrical problems too. Remember my joke about someone scuffing their feet and shocking the coin boxes? Nope, it's actually what happened. An electrical shock, not a grid failure. Someone's got a battery or some other shock prod and using it to crash games. Must be the same person who flushed a bunch of wadded up paper towels and firecrackers down the toilets. It's a war zone in there. I was able to dredge up one super gross chunk of it, but we'll need a professional plumber to get the rest. This is all sounding way too suspicious to be a random act of hooliganism. Blah, 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 blah. It also ties into what I'm in handling on the floor. I've had to deal with pranksters all afternoon too. Even had to kick a few out the door. I've been so busy playing firefighter, running from blaze after blaze with a leaky bucket, that I haven't been able to put the pieces together. But now it's clear, and I know what I must do. Shall I strap on my ass-kicking shoes? Yeah, let's... Why do I hear boss music? Alright, everybody... Wrap up your tasks and back to your stations. I know how to deal with this. Gavin, order us replacement inventory. Ashley, find a plumber. Best one we can afford. Naomi, finish up replacing the blah, blah, blah. Get my teeth back in. Finish up replacing the fried power supplies. That's really difficult to say. As for me, I'm going to have a word with our miscreant. You know who to blame for this mess? I got a pretty strong suspicion. Go get him, Ari. Right. Ashley knows a thing or two about cosplay. I'm sure she could get us some armour. We can have our very own Lawbringer. With a nod of solidarity, all of us split up, each onto our own mission to thwart the ne'er-do-wells. Everything's gone wrong all over the place, ruining my perfect opening day plans, and someone has to pay for this. My friends are counting on me to lead. To be the responsible one. I can't foist this off on Gavin like I might have done at the fun place. Finding my quarry isn't particularly difficult. She's been in the background this whole time, watching us waiting as I ran around trying to put a lid on the mayhem. Hello, Chuckles. Her eyes study me as I approach, grinning ear to ear.
Hiya. Hi. Hello there. Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, get out. Can't say I understand the why, but at least I know the who. Matching fashion style was a pretty big clue. That's absolutely what I want to happen. I want a guy in 50 pounds of plate steel rocking around. Yeah, the matching fashion style was a pretty big clue.
I guess a formal introduction's in order. Yeah, okay. The name's Sue. Natural born leader. Hacker extraordinaire. And leader of the Ghost Monsters. The hottest gang on these streets.
Are you fucking serious? What is this, 2002? A gang of teenagers wearing studded leather?
Pleased to meet ya.
Get out.
And yeah, I guess my friends were a little wild and crazy, leaning a bit heavy on the pranks.
Well, that's good, because you're all fucking banned.
And okay, you booted some of us out. Not all, just some. That's cool, I mean, it's your house and your rules. You're the sheriff here and you lay down the law. And I respect that. Let me make it up to you, okay?
Yes, take the rest of your fucking gremlins and get out. Sue steps back and taps a button on her smartwatch. And from the crowd of gamers, her whole gang assembles. Even the ones I told to get lost. Gang, this is... what's your name again? Mr. Kader. Gang, this is Ari. Ari, this is Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde. Now then, she turns to face her ghost monsters. You were all very naughty, and I'd say he's owed an apology. A big fat I'm sorry for each of you, don't you agree? Each of them mumbles a semi-coherent, semi-sincere apology. Yeah, whatever, sorry. Real sorry. Gosh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Kader. I'm really sorry. When they finish, Sue faces me once again.
There. Everybody's sorry, which means everybody's forgiven. Correct? Because, and this is me being real with you, I like this arcade. I really do. It beats the crap out of Deco's Palace, that's for sure. I can easily see this being our new home, you know? I admire what you've done with the place. It's totally awesome, and I'm really looking forward to coming back. Again and again.
This is starting to sound more and more like an extortion threat.
I definitely don't want to end our first day here on a sour note. No. I'm so glad we can communicate like adults. Apologize for being naughty and move on. Now, okay, we may still ruffle a few feathers while we're here, but that's cool, right? I'm sure you understand that it's all fun and games. Nothing personal. So, what do you say, friend? All's forgiven?
I pause, taking in everything that Sue's rambled on about. So let me get this straight. You scare our customers, mess with our television sets, smash up and short-circuit our games, clog our toilets, redirect our mail orders, come back here after I explicitly told you to get lost, try to hijack Queen Bee's streaming account, and you want me to smile and let you come back tomorrow. My words barely faze her, that grin still lingering. Yep, yeah, that sounds about right. I love this arcade. I think we could be great friends. What do you say, partner? Waiting for my response, she holds out her fist to bump. I cuff her wrist and tie her to the radiator. Yeah, rules are rules, if you respect them. I'm torn between you're on thin fucking ice and get the fuck out. No, get the hell out. Yeah, no, clear off. Seriously? Seriously? No! 1,000 fucking times, no! Mere words cannot accurately describe this red mist of rage that has descended upon me. You have ruined my opening day, you've broken everything, and I've had it. Get out! If you punks don't clear out of here pronto, I'm calling the police. And Sue just laughs. She laughs and laughs as if I posted a funny cat video, not made a direct threat.
Oh, friend, you don't want to get the pigs involved. No. I mean, if you really feel you need to, go ahead. Call them. It's cool. We'll go quietly. And be back the very next day.
Then I'll call the cops again.
We've got friends in high places. We don't sell drugs or weapons. We sell information. And information, as a currency, is far more valuable than what other gangs trade in. So just smile, nod your head, and say, "Yes, Miss Sue, you and your friends are always welcome here."
How about I put you in the hospital? That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
You don't want to see what I can do with the push of a single button.
That requires you to be able to push buttons. So now you're threatening me.
I'm just telling you how it is. What you do now is entirely up to you.
But before she can continue her tirade, we're rather rudely interrupted. Bloody hell. Oi, Sue! The hell do you think you're doing here? The thick tension that surrounded us melts away, redirected to the new challenger. All eyes glare towards them. Bloody hell. Okay, Ari, hold that thought. I got business to attend to. Yeah! I'm liking the Kamina glasses as well. Ghost monsters don't operate south of 23rd Street. You know damn well this is lovely chainsaw territory. Get lost or get tossed. I wasn't confused before, I sure as heck am now. All I can do is watch this unfurl before me. With a clap, Sue summons her buddies to her side. I'm sorry, south of what? I don't recall signing any non-compete agreement with you, darlings.
Ghost monsters for life!
Oh, ghost monsters! This locker room gossip between Gossip Queen is disrespecting your fearless leader. What do you say to that? Nobody disses Sue on my watch. Nobody. Gavin, hit the big red button behind the desk, would you? The one marked landmines. Yeah, I ain't scared to hit a chick. I'm an equal opportunity socially maladjusted individual. Well, at least he's honest. I think you've got your answer, ladies. Now then, let's rumble! Well, to their credit, they didn't throw the first punch, but we're talking hand didn't shoot first here. Hand didn't shoot first levels of high ground here. Immediately, the ghost monsters and the lovely chainsaw are at each other's throats, grappling, punching, and shoveling each other. A baseball bat gets swung and clangs off the side of a racing game. Soda cans are thrown, someone uproots a chair near the snack machines, and that goes flying too. It's chaos, complete and utter chaos. And it needs to stop, now. Iris! Already calling the cops, Ari. As for me, I was supposed to be perfect. It was supposed to be... I did everything I could to make Arcade Spirit a success. I did what I was supposed to do, and fate still screwed me over. But I can stand here lamenting that fact, or I can do something about it. I chose the latter. Priority 1 is get the customers the hell out of here. Gavin and Ashley are already on that. I join in, trying to funnel the panic crowd of kids and gamers out the door and away from the carnage. This way, hurry! Orderly fashion, please. Out, everybody out! The fight spills into the restaurant area, fortunately well after anybody eating there has already bailed. This just adds greasy french fries to the mix of crap being thrown through the air at the opposing sides of this gang war. Damn it! I'm not letting that bitch get away with this. Until now, it's been the world's sloppiest barroom brawl. Teenagers flailing at each... What the fuck? She's got a gun! Hit the deck! But now she's pulled out a gun. Not some arcade light gun, but a real-life shooting and killing gun. This isn't happening. This cannot be happening. But this 100% is happening. The leader of the lovely chainsaw gang raises her weapon and takes aim at Sue, trying to end this. But her target is conveniently tucked between Mrs. Defame and Gavin. If I don't do something, someone's going to get seriously hurt. My mind races. If everything is indeed in ruins, I have one chance to make this right. One chance to do something good in the midst of all this chaos. Time slows for me, like I'm trapped in a dream state. Pure instinct takes over and I start running towards them. I feel we're missing an option here for, like, try and disarm the lady. I mean, favoritism and all that Get down! Am I dead? I've been shot! Holy shit, what did you do? I was aiming for Sue. Pigs, pigs! Run for it! Stay cool and wipe the footage first. Do it! Oh my god, I've been shot! Oh my god! Bloody hell. I just wanted to make a dream for everyone to enjoy. That's all. Was that so wrong? It's what you would have done. It's what you did for all of us. But no, I guess no good deed goes unpunished, huh? Cada family curse.
You've a strong spirit, dear. You'll get through this, I know you will. But for now, oh, you'd best wake up. There's still more to be done.
Wow. Slowly, very slowly, I open my eyes. I'm afraid it's been 9 years. The soft beeping of medical monitoring greets me, as well as the angel in white. Well, an angel in a white lab coat. While they're no heavenly being, they do appear to be my doctor, armed with nothing more than a clipboard. I'm still a little hazy as they briefly explain the situation. Thanks to my wild theatrics, I startled the shooter enough that her bullet missed its intended target, and instead went into my leg, which hurts like hell, but apparently the resulted in a surprisingly clean shot that I'll recover from in a few weeks easily. 2 days in the hospital, a week or two on crutches, some limping, then I'll be back to 100%. And more importantly, nobody died. I can live with the momentary pain if someone else gets to live, period. So, could have been better, could have been worse. The doctor, having given me the report, leaves to treat the other patients. But before they do, they inform me I have a visitor. At least there's a plus side. I wonder who it is. Juniper walks into the room, squeezing tightly to a stuffed bear. The fluffy creature is holding a sign that says "Get well soon." It's cute and reminds me of the plushies in the arcade. She hands it over to me as she gets closer. I gladly take it and hug it into my chest. Oh, Ari.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just the worst. I'm the absolute worst.
Hey, you weren't even in the building when all this happened. It's hardly
I
your
can't believe
fault.
my last words could have been words spoken in anger. And over what? Dirty socks on the floor? It's so stupid. I just wanted to lift you up. Help you find the self-respect I know you deserve to have. I'm trying to help, and I always mess it up. I'm so stupid.
But I raise my hand to stop her. Juniper, you're not stupid or the worst or anything like that.
Those things I said.
They needed saying. Look, Juniper. Yeah, she's right. Like, you need to get my shit together. You're absolutely in the right. I am a slob, I know this, and I clearly wasn't open to hearing about it, given how long you felt you had to wait before you couldn't keep quiet.
Well, I mean...
I just didn't want to hurt your feelings. I don't have feelings. You can't hurt my feelings by pointing out I need to pick up my socks, Juniper. Nothing to be upset about. I'm not mad. I'm glad you opened up to me and told me how you feel, even. From now on, I'm going to respect the space we share together, okay? Okay. I still feel really silly going on and on about it like I did, but I'm glad you understand. From now on, we'll both treat our home as our home, not just a convenient arrangement of rooms that include beds and a toilet and things.
Exactly. I mean, it's our home in a deeper way than ever before, right? It's our home, you and I, together, as more than just roomies. We're still getting used to being a couple, but I feel it's getting better every day. And one day, who knows, maybe we'll have a white picket fence, 2.5 kids, and a dog.
2.5 kids. And a fixed address. No moving around every other year like the Cada family had to. Solid, comfortable future with my best friend and lover for life. My BFLFL. Aww. A future, a home, and my love. I have all these things now, a real future, one I can count on, a home I can always come back to without worrying about having to move once reality caught up to me. And love, true love, in the arms of my best friend in the whole world. I want to fight for these things, my future, my home, my love. I want to live happily ever after. Okay, you need your rest, and I need to see about tidying up back at the apartment. I said I'd be happy to do that. You're going to be on crutches for weeks. Manual labor's off the menu, and I don't want you accidentally tripping over the mess and ending up in traction. So this time, I'll take care of it for you. This time. Next time I charge money. My rates are entirely unreasonable.
Later.
I'll be there when you get home from this medical prison cell. Toodles! Seeing the person I care for most certainly was a boon to my spirit. Now, if only they could do something about the food here. With my heart calmed, my body finally tells me it's exhausted. I snuggle into the covers as a yawn escapes me. Just as I'm about to roll over and drift to sleep, another visitor drops in. It's like well past visiting hours, but with no small amount of both dread and relief, I'm glad to see her. Mr. Kader, a word, if you will. I try to straighten myself up from my pillow backrest. Time to put on my professional front, even if I'm in excruciating pain. Okay, I should probably start by explaining what happened today wasn't exactly indicative of. I should hope it was. It's hard to disguise the disbelief on my face. What? It seems I've misjudged your character, based on the initial unpleasant interaction, but what I saw today was, clearly, you are no fool nor a coward. I let my need to protect my family override my better judgment. How absurd to paint everything you've built at Arcade Spirits with that brush over such a small matter. I saw you selflessly throw yourself in front of that bullet. You didn't have to do that, you chose to do that. It's indicative of someone who isn't simply in this for the money, as so many in this industry are. You protected your friends and co-workers. That's an admirable act of heroism, and one I'll not soon forget. I suppose I've become a bit jaded from all those eager to cash in on the arcade scene. All the large-scale arcades I have to review tend to be very impersonal and cold. So, you were impressed with the arcade? Well, let's not go that far. I can't say I was thrilled with the amount of mayhem and disaster going on even before a gang war broke out. But I will also say I've only ever seen that amount of mayhem and disaster once before. It's highly unusual, to say the least. The last time I reviewed a small up-and-coming arcade similar to yours, everything went wrong. Everything. I wrote my review in an honest fashion, and as a result of my scathing pen, the place was sold and closed down within a month. Sold to a notable figure in this industry. Wait, you don't mean... Yes, Deco Nami. Such is the fate of any arcade which dares to stand up to him. Your prior business, the Funplex, only escaped being devoured by being too small to be worthwhile. Sadly, your enthusiasm may have put it in his crosshairs, and if you cannot tidy up your reputation after today's affairs, Arcade Spirits will be next. Again and again, torn down by Deco Nami. This time he didn't even have to lift a finger by pure coincidence. The ghost monsters wrecked everything before he could exact any revenge. All he had to do was swoop in and buy out what's left of our dreams. However, I have come to a decision. Given I was first-hand witness to your troubles, which clearly you are not at fault, and given your willingness to put even your own life on the line for your arcade, I'm going to tell my editor I need more time, that I want to return in 1 week to get a more accurate and mature overview of your operation. 1 week. That's the best I can offer you. This is a difficult hole to climb out of, Mr. Kader, even aside from earlier trouble. Having a gang fight and a shooting transpire at an arcade. Well, the press will feed on this. Even if I was the only press present and accounted for, they'll dig and they'll speculate and they'll chew on your bones. If your arcade survives that initial onslaught, I hope to write a proper review where I can lay those concerns to rest. But I'll offer you no more second chances, no more reasonable doubts. Best foot forward when I return, or my readers will know the truth. Understood? Understood. Then I'll leave you to your recuperation. Nurse! With a curt nod, she turns and leaves the room, leaving me with my thoughts. 1 week. I've got exactly 1 week to completely rebuild our reputation and clear the good name of Arcade Spirits. Otherwise, it's game over for all of us. Oh boy, that was a wild That was a wild hour and a half. Bloody hell. But that sure was some stuff. Gentle, sweet and compassionate soul. As always. One last pizza fact. 62% of Americans prefer meat toppings on their pizza, while 38% prefer vegetarian. Everybody loves different kinds of pizza. That's a beautiful thing. Meat lovers! Give me that chorizo. You want to save your game. The final level. Is it? Bloody hell. Ooh, do we want to stick around for the grand finale? We're only an hour 15. Let's do this. Kill screen. Alright, we'll continue on. Since as this is the grand finale, it'll probably be only... Oh, hang on, I've got a... There we go, and update. There we are. It's the distant future year 20XTX, and... Oh, who am I kidding? I'll be lucky to make it to 20XTX plus 1 at this rate. I've had my strand of fate twisted back and forth so often it feels like it could snap at any moment. Mired in depression and supposed family curse, then lifted by my amazing time at the Funplex, slammed back down by Dekonami, raised up again by Arcade Spirits Project, and now descending farther due to a series of bad coincidences, resulting in a tier 6 brawl, I assume that's meant to be, in which I got shot. No? Okay. Peer as in dog. Oh, I see. Yes, like those, like a old sort of gangster film. But today I'm back to Arcade Spirits and ready to work, despite being on crutches. Normally I have to mentally filter out the beeps and boops of a busy arcade, but not today. Aside from our regulars, nobody's here. Not exactly the sight I wanted to see on my grand return after heroically taking a bullet. We're 3 days into this ambitious experiment and it's already looking like a bust. Even with a reprieve from Mr. Fame, we couldn't hush up the event completely. The news of gang violence at local arcades spread over social media like a wildfire. Gavin had filled me in on the details I missed while I was passed out. By the time the cops got here, both gangs were long gone, and the ghost monsters wiped our security footage on the way out the door. No arrest made, no evidence remaining. The only plus side? Sue and her ghost monsters apparently never came back. But even without them actively causing problems, that single day managed to smash our reputation. It's just so unreasonable. Yeah, frustrating. I mean, come on, we had a single lousy day and that's enough to send the masses running and screaming. Talk about overkill. It's frustrating just to see all this amazing fun on display and nobody enjoying it. These games yearn for quarters, they're hungry and they must be fed. I honestly don't know how we can recover from this. If we could get the good word out, somehow correct this PR disaster. Seated behind the sick desk with my crutches propped up nearby, light duty for a week minimum, doctor's orders, I tried to mentally detangle this mess. Hey, Iris, are we... Yes, we're still trending negatively on social media, like the last 7 times you asked. Any luck with the security camera footage then? Anything that we could give to the police? Might help our public image to have someone actually point the blame at. Nope, it's totally wiped. My file recovery system's failed. I guess that's to be expected when going up against cyber criminals. Like, they've even avoided bad press from the shooting. I haven't spotted the words ghost monsters in any of the articles I found about the attack. It's like they're ghosts. Well, not literally ghosts. I just mean they've cleaned their tracks very effectively. Yeah, got that. We did see them in their corporeal form, remember? At least that whole mess seems to be behind us. Now we just need to dig our way out of this hole. I sigh heavily as the burden sinks into my lungs, and before I can groan further, I hear footsteps approaching me. I lock my phone and pocket it before seeing who it is.
Greetings, friends.
It is I, Hamza, here to discuss matters of great import with my good friend and worthy ally, Arikeda. Hi, Hamza. I sense a distinct lack of energy in your greeting. likely due to your sorrowful state after being shot. Yes, I was shot. Hobbling about on crutches isn't fun, but no, that's not the problem. Regardless, you must always face the day with fire and purpose, Arikeda.
Such is the iron will of Hamza.
Only with an absolute will of iron, strong and resilient against that which assails you, can you achieve absolute victory in the world of arcade games. Pardon my lack of fire, but just pondering how to deal with this reputation situation.
This displeases Hamza.
Indeed, those foul miscreants truly soiled our trousers of decency on opening day. Everybody loves Hamza. Such misbegotten youth must pay for their insolence. What is your cunning plan for completely and utterly destroying them? I was more thinking along the lines of a PR campaign to rebuild public trust. Ah, far less exciting, but Hamza will assist in any way possible. You hold within your tremendous power of persuasion. Hamza has witnessed this firsthand. Your people skills are unmatched.
Perfection.
That's a lie and you know it. Believe in me who believes in you, and strike forth into this world to re-establish our business as one of sublime arcade majesty. Right, so advertising or something. Hamza suspects you will require a grander statement than some mere billboard. This violent incident made a splash. You, my friend, must make a tsunami, one which will wash away the blood and leave us clean. Ah, if only such an opportunity would simply walk through those doors and lay its bounty before us, this could be a simpler matter. Hold that thought, we've got a customer. Hello, welcome to... Good morning.
Dekonami.
Yeah, you know you're banned, mate. Ah, good day, mister. Hold on, I'm trying to come up with your name. Hanson? Harrison? Something starting with an H. Please excuse Hamza, Arikeda. I must return to my kitchen to be forcibly restrained by my chefs, lest I commit a crime against humanity. Oh, don't worry, he's not human. I don't think there are laws protecting lizard people. What an eccentric fellow. I stood there in silence and shock. I tried telling myself this was just a bad fever dream from my wound, but no such luck. It was 100% real. I watch as Deco takes a look around the arcade, his smug grin ever present. I see his eyebrow arch as he takes note of the people, or rather the lack of people here playing games.
Such a shame. Such a shame.
Can't say I'm surprised in the slightest. Why would anyone want to come to such a mediocre arcade when the premium Deco's Palace experience is available to them? I'd estimate you have maybe a month at best before you close down. I'm looking forward to purchasing this land. Maybe I'll make it a fun zone, or just a parking lot. Yes, a parking lot, and I shall call it the Cada Memorial Parking Lot. It would be a fitting tribute. I'm not dead yet. You opened an arcade in the middle of gang territory. It's a reasonable assumption you'll collect a few more bullets along the way. Nope, can't handle this. Not today. What do you want, Mr. Nami? If you need tokens, the change machine's over there.
A pity, is it not?
Tokens? How quaint. Still no swipe cards, eh? Sadly, I'm not here to participate in your sad attempt at an e-sports community. Really, how can you hope to compete with so few games and such meager prizes?
No. I'm here to make one final offer. This is against my better judgment, given the bad blood between us. But let it not be said that Dekonami is an unforgiving or cruel person.
And never let it be said that I can't admit when I'm wrong, and I'll murder anyone who says otherwise.
If you sign over ownership of this arcade to me, I'll spare your careers. Yes, even Miss Fairchild and Miss Wolf. I'm sure I can find something for them to do at one of my facilities. You should count yourself lucky I'm even willing to do this. You get an opportunity few others who cross me are ever offered. If you don't agree to my terms, I'll stand idle and watch as everything burns down around you. You have my word on that.
Oh, I would love nothing more for you to stand idle. Maybe in the path of a train. That's a good place for you to stand. Okay, obviously I want to say no to this fabulous offer. But at what point do I cut my losses? Miss Francine believed in dreams, but she also believed in practicality and trade-offs. Am I ready to give up everything so I have something resembling a future? No. Not on your goddamn life. Of course I'm not giving up. I mean, seriously, I had so many opportunities to jump ship prior to this. Why would I bail this close to the end? I could take the piss. No. You can't break me. Every time you ask, the answer will remain the same. Absolutely not. You can ask a dozen or more times, and my resolve will not change. This is the path I've laid out for myself, and I'm going to walk it to the end. You think I'm ruining my future? That remains to be seen, and I'll see it through. Ah, well, that's unfortunate. It's your decision to make, of course. Your own life to ruin with your stubbornness.
So be it.
I guess I'll just have to settle for buying the burnt-out husk of your business once it ultimately collapses around you. I think you underestimate the damage of being associated with the criminal element can do, Mr. Kader. It's enough to ruin even the mightiest of arcades. Really? I think you've given your game away here. He has given the game away. Sorry, what was that about being associated with criminal elements? Iris? Are you recording? I believe this gentleman has some association with the ghost monsters. Get Scotland Yard on the phone, and get my big hammer. And immediately I take notice. Play it cool, don't let on, just test the waters. Really? Ghost monsters? I thought the gang was called Lovely Chainsaw or something.
The foolish fool.
Yes, ghost monsters. Sadly, they insist on naming themselves after that absurd ancient video game reference. Of all the childish, immature... He shakes it off quickly enough, refocusing on me. But enough banter. I believe I'll take my leave. I'll not see you again, Mr. Kader. I'll let my lawyers handle purchasing what little will remain of you. Good day. Once he's out of earshot and well beyond the confines of the arcade, I pull out my phone to verify something. Iris, you checked all the news articles about the shooting, right? Oh, yes, I've analysed them all. Do you need me to pull up a specific one? Just confirm something for me. The ghost monsters were never mentioned by name in any of them, right? Yes, it seems Sue's friends are good at covering their tracks. Why? This is it. This is the chance we need. Admittedly, it is a slim chance, but at this point, I'll take what I can get. Message everyone. I'm calling another Wake of Inspiracy.
Hooray!
Ooh, you're all fired up. Okay, message sent. I'll need everyone's help to fill in the gaping holes in my plan, but at least now I have a plan. Time for one last ditch effort to save arcade spirits. Hamza's restaurant in the back of the arcade made for an ideal gathering place. We'd picked out one of the larger tables, one where we could easily speak to one another. Calm has returned once more, and the very sight of Dekonami caused a red mist of rage to descend upon Hamza. Don't
Revel
blame
in the
him.
splendor.
Can Hamza interest anyone in only the finest of spicy buffalo wings? Or perhaps a diet soda? I'm good, thanks. Sure, I'll have a soda, yum. This was it. This was where we'd make our last stand. I looked around the room, at everyone, at all my friends, and nodded to each of them determinedly. Okay, I know things are rough, but I've got, let's say, a good 60 to 80% of a plan for how we can turn things around. Like, we can all agree what happened wasn't our fault, yes? Someone else screwed us over. Every problem we face can be traced back to them. The ghost monsters and Lovely Chainsaw may be to blame, but the court of public opinion puts the blame squarely on our shoulders. Our venue is tainted by their actions. We can cry foul all we like, but if there's even a chance of violence returning to our doorstep, it'll keep the customers away. It's a real bummer. We haven't seen any families here since opening day. Parents just aren't willing to take their children somewhere that's known for being dangerous. Actually, I wasn't talking about the gangs. Today, I learned who our true enemy is, and that person is Dekonami.
Dekonami.
The beast which wears human skin. Yes, surely he is to blame. Hamza is admittedly uncertain as to how, but Hamza is also perfectly willing to go along with this idea. He looks like he's ready to bite someone's throat out. Earlier, when he was taunting me, he slipped, mentioned the ghost monsters by name. Except those hackers have kept their noses clean. They left us with no proof that they were ever involved, thanks to our security cameras being wiped. The cops didn't go after them. The news didn't identify them, so how did Deco know about them? Answer: Deco hired the ghost monsters to ruin our opening day.
What?
In hindsight, I should have been obvious. I blame myself for not seeing it sooner. Far too many coincidences to be otherwise, and the fact that they only started wreaking havoc once Mr. Fame showed up to bear witness. Can't imagine why Hamza would have a problem with Deco. I can see what you're throwing down, Ari. Sue and her friends didn't seem awful at first. I remember talking to Clyde and they were very nice and friendly. And then Mr. Fame showed up and...
Oh my!
Wait, you don't think Mr. Fame is involved? Considering she was willing to hold back her review, I don't think she's knowingly involved. But Deco may have gotten wind she'd be showing up and took advantage.
What if?
But you don't think Deco would stoop that low, right? Hiring some random street gang to mess with us, would he? Oh, he would. He's a spiteful bastard. Of course he'd try to ruin our opening day. The only reason he didn't destroy Miss Francine was out of some weird sort of gentlemanly respect for a fellow elder business owner. But to Deco Nami, Ari's basically pond scum. Thanks. To be fair, I doubt he orchestrated the bullet-riddled finale of the evening. That pushes plausibility. True, he wouldn't have even needed a shooting to ruin us. The negative review alone would have done the job. Being even slightly associated with a gang would have been awful. If Mr. Fame reported us as a hotbed of teenage chaos, a living reenactment of Lord of the Flies, it'd spell doom even without the bullets flying around. I guess we're lucky she held her review back. The problem is, we have no proof of this, do we? No way to tie Deco back to the ghost monsters, other than him slipping up and mentioning them to Ari. I doubt he'd ever admit to this on the record. Iris hasn't been able to dig up any digital evidence, although there's eyewitness testimony, which should be enough to warrant some investigation. But for some reason, that doesn't seem to be enough for the police. I know a few of the local cops, and how they think. If they're not looking into the ghost monsters, odds are they're actually looking into the ghost monsters quietly, which admittedly doesn't help in us clearing our name. And it's too much to hope that Deco will simply confess to orchestrating the incident which ruined us.
Come on!
Ugh, that slimy bastard's not getting away with this. I'll beat the truth out of him if I have to. I like your speed, but that comes later. As amusing as that'd be, I wouldn't suggest it, love. We need to be smart about this and undermine him rather than take the direct approach. You mentioned having most of a plan, Ari. Care to elaborate? Alright, cue the montage. Well, if Deco won't confess his sins, we need the next best thing. We need his henchmen to flip on him. See, I sense some tension from Deco about the ghost monsters. He's called them childish and immature. There may be some bad blood between them. How about we break up their little partnership? My plan is to track down the ghost monsters, get them to turn on their employer, and confess to their crimes. Once the media hears it from Sue herself that the incident was all thanks to Get Deco scheming, it'll clear the good name of Arcade Spirits. This plan's foolproof! I'm answered with a myriad of blank stares and blinks. Don't everybody congratulate me all at once now. Okay, so this isn't really me criticizing, but your plan kinda sucks. You want us to track down a bunch of hackers we already can't find, then ask them to politely betray the guy who's paying them a lot of money? Between this and the shooting, I'm worried your health insurance premiums are about to go through the roof, Ari. That's why I said it was maybe 60% of a good plan. Look, we don't have a lot of options, people. Right now, the only ones who can save us are the ones who ruined us, Deco and Sue. I'm confident if we can find Sue and talk to her, I can get her to see reason. Didn't you ban them from the arcade and tell Sue you never wanted to see her again? Okay, so we didn't start off on the right foot, but I'm willing to put money on myself turning that around.
Doubtful.
I have my doubts, I'm afraid. This hinges on our ability to find Sue. Find an unfindable bunch of ghosts, ones that Iris can't even track down. And that's where you all come in. All options on the table. I want to hear your ideas for how we find Deco's hired goons. Let's fill in that other 40% of my plan and make this happen. And awkward glances back and forth are all I get in return. I get why they're concerned. This is the slimmest of hopes, the narrowest of margins. I'm asking them to follow me on a hunch. But I know this can be done. I know I can get Sue to give us the dirt we need to clear our name. Hell, some days I feel like all I do is talk my way through problems. If that's my one special skill, I'm going to rely on this for the final conflict. Now, if I can just find her. For that, I need their help, and that means I need to motivate them like a true leader would. Hamza's already on board with the rip and tear option. Yeah. Deco's one guy, and he's arrogant. I look around and I see the best and brightest the arcade world has to offer. Engineers, thinkers, problem solvers, brilliant minds. Deco's ruled by his spite and his bitterness. We can be smarter than that. Better than that. We can find a way to turn his weakness against him. Find an unfindable gang? I think we can do it. Unseat an arcade tyrant? I know we can do it. All I need from you is to take this seriously and lend me your aid. Work the problem with me. You ready? You know it. I've solved cosplay challenges before. Solving this will be a piece of cake. Obviously, I'm ready and willing to take on this task. You need only ask. It'll be a complicated dance, but I'm willing to step to the beat of success. Everyone nods in agreement, and I can even see some smiles start to appear. We're all on board. Now, just to determine the how of the plan. Finding the ghost monsters.
Perhaps.
At the risk of stating the obvious, why don't we talk to the police about this? They've proven unhelpful so far, but if we go down to the station and fully explain our situation, we may be able to get the information we need. I feel this would be a reasonably steady course of action. I'm not certain about showing up and just asking for them to open their files to us, but you're correct, the police would have the information we need. Except cybercrime's a sticky situation. You have to control leaks. If they're looking into the ghost monsters, they won't just tell us all outright. The key is talking to the right people. I know some of the cops at Ben and Matt's donut shop by name, and I know one friendly officer that will help us. Okay, that's...
Nope, no way.
Why get the cops involved? We already know someone's got who's got an axe to grind against Sue and her buddies, or rather, a chainsaw.
Ooh.
That's right, Queen Bee. We can ask the lovely Chainsaw Gang. They'll be easier to find, and probably be thrilled to diverge all the dirt they have on the ghost monsters. Or they'll carve us up with switchblades. Could go either way. I'll admit this is a super gutsy move, but if we pull it off, we won't need to involve the authorities at all. The whole situation's a bit too sticky for my liking. Cops and robbers? No thank you. Although, an alternative I'm about to suggest may be stickier still. Ari first met the ghost monsters at Deco's palace, yeah? They're regulars there. So, if we investigate Deco's palace to find someone who knows Sue and her mates, if we can find a good friend of hers and make them understand why we need to speak with Sue, well, it'll go away to mending fences with the ghost monsters if we approach on friendly and diplomatic terms, yes? I'm pretty sure if I showed my face at Deco's palace, it'd get mashed into paste by his private security goons. But my face wouldn't. Deco doesn't know me. I was some Funplex adjacent rather than a Funplex regular. And I think the last place I set foot in... Oh, I need to fill up on water. We will be right back. Okay, I have water. And I think the last time I set foot in Deco's palace was years ago, so I could wander freely with Juniper. Yeah, we could slip in and ask around about Sue without anybody even noticing. I'd say this kindly strategy is an honest appeal to those who may know her. What could be more cordial?
Definitely.
If she's got a single friend in that place, I'll find them. It's a daring mission in enemy territory, but for you, Ari, I'll do it. Ugh. What are you looking at me for? I don't have any ideas. You could try Googling for accounts. I'm reasonably sure Iris has already tried that. Iris? Yep, I even used Yahoo, Bing, Alta Vista, and Webcrawler. I have no idea what half of those are. Okay, but that's not really what I meant. I mean checking online forums for arcade enthusiasts. She loves arcades, right? She must have an arcade there. An account there, rather. I've been rejoining online communities lately to try and open up to like-minded folks and socialise a bit more on my own terms. She's got to be lurking in one of those places. Oh, wait, I know! If we can't passively search for her, we can actively call her out. As much as I hate internet trolls, they do get results. If we just taunt the ghost monsters online, well, I'm positive Sue's the sort of person who looks herself up constantly, right?
A winner is you!
Of course, and with my help we can establish fake accounts to spread the message so far and wide that she can't miss it. I'd suggest we use a public internet access point to keep it from being traced back to Arcade Spirits though. Ooh, road trip! Road trip! I can tell from Gavin wincing that he's not a fan, but he's not a fan of Iris in general, so...
Good work!
I like this plan, Miss Naomi. It's pretty quirky, but it just might work. I did say I wanted options. Involving the cops after all the semi-shady things we've done is risky. So is provoking a rival gang of armed hooligans. So is infiltrating Deco's palace. So is... Okay, posting a few internet troll messages isn't that risky given how many social media companies actually adore trolls and nurture them for advertising dollars, but it could annoy Sue. What's the best path forward? Before I can decide, Juniper raises her hand. All of these sound great, but... Ari, you're still recovering from an injury. The less moving around you do, the more likely you'll heal nice and quick. You can't go gallivanting around the city chasing down rumours about the ghost monsters today. I'm just on crutches. I'm not in an eye lung or anything. I'm still mobile. Light duty only. Doctor's orders, remember? But I have a solution to this conundrum, and it's simple and super effective. Let us do this for you. You've had to tackle all these problems since joining the Funplex by yourself. Why not step back and let us handle this one? Well... Okay, but I need to be there when we finally confront Sue. While you're out and about, I guess I'll get some rest and I'll be ready for tonight. Sound good? Sounds good. These are my friends. I trust them entirely. So now the only question is, which plan do I want to give my Ari seal of approval? Hum. Oof. Let's go stealth mission. We're going stealth mission. I think our best bet is to keep things quiet, not involve the police or criminals, not troll the internet. Just ask around for some of Sue's friends. Juniper, Percy, you two head off to Deco's palace and see what you can learn. It's less likely to backfire. At worst, you'll be arrested for loitering around the place, or you'll get your butts kicked by security, I guess. Right, we'd best move along then. You can count on me, Ari. That's right, you could count on me, always. Ari and I have been friends for years, a friendship which blossomed into love. I'd promised to be by his side forever and a day. Oh, we're actually character switching to Juniper for this one. Okay, so I wouldn't be by his side today. I'd be at Deco's palace looking for clues, like a teenage mystery sleuth. But I was by his side in spirit. Ari's always solving all these problems for his other friends at the arcade. Always going on crazy adventures and getting into trouble. All while I stayed on the sidelines. But now it's time for Juniper's Day in the sun. Or Juniper's Day under the fluorescent tube lighting. Anyway. I've never been to Deco's palace before. I went to Las Vegas once though, and this place would very much resemble a bad off-strip casino. Pulsating lights flashing everywhere, the constant chirps from the games, and not to mention that heavy smell of greasy fried chicken. Not a pleasant aroma, is it? I notice you wrinkling your nose. I don't really like junk food. I mean, it's all you can it's all you can swing when you're poor and don't have much free time, but I prefer cooking proper meals myself, you know? Ah, but the target demographic of Deco's palace adores anything deep fried and or coated in sugar, you see. So, have you given any thought about how we'll track down someone who knows our elusive ghostly friends then? Simple. It's a process of elimination. We're looking for teenagers, right? So we can rule out any kids or adults here. Same here. I want a crepe or something, or maybe just something slathered in chocolate. Plus, Sue and her friends are delinquents. We find some young miscreants, we'll find our contact. So you're suggesting we wander up to random dangerous-looking teenagers and just start asking them?
Correctamundo.
It's foolproof. Yes, well, if I may suggest something a bit more rigorous in terms of scientific approach. Before Sue and her friends started running wild at Arcade Spirits, she seemed to express an interest in my Mr. Moopy game. Apparently Deco's Palace has a version of the game she'd already mastered, which is strikingly different. I think I could start my search there. Perhaps a fellow Moopy aficionado would recognise Sue and be willing to talk about her. Okay, you hang around Moopy, I'll poke around elsewhere and see what I can find. Text me if you hit pay dirt.
Seeing ya.
Very well, I'll be in touch. And then an hour passed with nothing. I asked around, but nobody ever heard of Sue, or they kind of went quiet and made an excuse to leave after I mentioned her name. Thought about, chasing down some of the folks who seem to know something, but maybe I'm just not gutsy enough. I don't get it. Ari makes these sorts of things look easy. I thought we could just roll up on Deco's Palace, find someone who looked cyberpunky, get the info, bing bang boom, done. Instead, I'm nurturing a watery iced tea at the soda fountain, poking at a basket of french fries, after complaining about greasy junk food, of course. Well, do you? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. More water. My throat's going again. I was asking if you wanted a refill on your iced tea. Oh no, I'm good. Hey, do you know a young woman named Sue by any chance? About this tall, lavender hair, likes Moopy? I have other customers to attend to. Excuse me. Well, poop butts. Maybe I've struck out. I'll admit I don't have much of a plan going into this one. Never have much of a plan, really. I couldn't even work up the nerve to leave that awful job until Ari gave me his approval, like I couldn't lay out my own plan for life. Being an independent artist is hard work, but at least now I have something resembling of a plan for my life. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it. And I think that's one reason why I love Ari so much. Aw, shucks. Okay, so he needs a nudge now and then to get moving. But once he does get the lead out, nothing stands in his way. I need that kind of energy if I'm going to succeed today. I need to just not sit on my butt eating french fries. I've got to get out here and make this happen. A notification from my phone snatched my attention, just as I was getting off my bar stool. Possible lead, meet me at the Moopy game. This is it. It's my time to shine. Let's make it happen, Juniper. It is a nice butt, I'll agree. More water. It takes seconds for me to get there. I can see Percy standing near one of the weird touchscreen versions of Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze, which is being played by a little girl standing on a step stool.
I did it! I did it!
And if you hit the button, it makes the wizard man eat all the dots. Impressive. You got wonderful timing, Miss Tia.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Miss Tia, this is my friend, Miss Juniper. Juniper, Miss Tia was telling me about her best friend, Miss Sue.
What?
She was?
Definitely.
I mean, yes, I see. Sue, right. Okay, this isn't what I expected. I figured any friend of Sue had to be some rough and tumble punk, not a cute little package of smiles and sunshine. How does the leader of a gang and thugs end up with friends with a kindergartner? Still, this is my chance. I had to go for it. Let's see, how would Ari handle introductions? Yeah, gonna be nice. Time to put all those years of babysitting practice to good work. Hello, Miss Tia. My name's Miss Juniper, and I'm very pleased to meet you. I hope we can be friends.
Hello.
I like making friends. Unless you steal people's prize tickets, those people are no good. I was planning to. Okay, then we'll be friends. So, how do you know Miss Sue? Oh, Miss Tia was telling me that her brother is the chap we've come to know as Inky. I see. Is he around right now? The last thing we need is one of the ghost monsters not to notice us interrogating his sister for information. Nah, I'm here with my big sister, but she got bored and went off to talk with her friends and drink milkshakes. We come to this arcade lots and lots. My brother usually ignores me too, but Miss Sue is always very nice to me and tells great jokes. And she loves Moopy. She can make the Wizard Man eat all the dots every time. She taught me how to do it.
Yay!
You just gotta kick the game right here and it'll look all funny for a moment, then munch, 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 you'll eat all the dots right up. I see. Well, Miss Tia, I was hoping to talk to Miss Sue today. Do you know where she is? Or maybe your brother?
It's a secret.
I'm not supposed to tell anybody? Miss Sue said it was a secret. Okay, Juniper, time to use those powers of persuasion. What would Ari do in this situation? I want to be friends too. I wish I could tell her the whole truth and be honest like Ari, but I'll have to be careful too. Miss Sue sounds like a great person. I'd really love to be friends with her too. She knows a lot about games, right? Yep, Miss Sue knows everything about every game. All of them. I'd really like to talk to her about arcades. She visited my favourite arcade recently, but hasn't been come back since then. I really want to talk to her about our arcade. I promise you, I can keep a secret too. All I want to do is talk. I won't hurt her or anything. Well...
BFFs for life.
I understand you want to protect your friend. That's great. You're a great friend. And we'd like to be great friends too. I don't know... Okay, I'm feeling very weird about tricking a little girl at this point. Ari sent us here so we could be friendly and diplomatic. Even if it'd be super easy to dupe a kid like this, I should be a little more honest. Miss Tia, the thing is... Someone's been very mean to my friend, Mr. Ari, and we're hoping Miss Sue can help us. That's really why we want to talk to her. We want to be friends with Miss Sue so she'll help us against this bully. Maybe she doesn't want to help, but we have to try. Mr. Ari believes in being kind to people. That's why he sent us here, to find someone who's friends with Miss Sue, so we can make all of this better again. Would you be willing to help us? If you don't want to, that's okay. We'd understand. I don't know. You seem nice, but you got a super duper double pinky swear promise that you just want to be friends with Miss Sue before I tell you. My smile's a bit forced as I extend my pinky finger. I hate coercing a kid into this sort of thing, but what else can I do? I haven't got any other leads. I super duper double pinky swear promise. Okay. There's an really old arcade where my brother and... Oh, sorry, that's Tia speaking. There's an really old arcade where my brother and Sue and her friends hang out. It's not too far from my home. It's got so many games in it. Percy gets his phone out and starts trying to figure out the address based on her description of the area. I'm just relieved to be out of the spotlight as he translates little girl ease into workable map ease. Huh. Says there's an old warehouse owned by Nostalgia Commodities. It's a super duper big house with one huge room, a really tall ceiling and stairs and stuff.
Quite good.
There used to be an arcade in my hometown like that. It went bust because a kid fell off the fell down the slide and really hurt himself. It was like a big sort of what do you call it? Play area. They had like an arcade and a ball pit and a big slide and everything, but a kid fell off the slide and hurt himself and they got sued. I think that's what happened anyway, because they closed down. Sounds accurate. Very well. Shall we depart? I'm sure Mr. Ari is eager to make friends with Miss Sue. Oh, yes. Since we're friends and stuff now, you know Sue isn't her real name, right? Not her whole name, I mean.
It's a secret.
Her name's a secret, so I can't ask this poor girl to divulge any more secrets. I already feel a bit weird about this. She motions for me to kneel down anyway so she can whisper. Her name is... Wow.
Pardon me?
Okay, I gotta go find my big sister. Bye! What was that about? I think I've just figured out a lot of what's been going on. I'll tell you on the way back to Arcade Spirits. Alright. Looking at the time, I think we've got to call it here. I thought this episode wasn't going to go on as long, but my throat is really starting to hurt now, so we're going to have to call it here, and we will we'll finish off another time. So, until then, thank you all for joining me, and we will be back again on Wednesday. So, until then, thank you all for watching, good night, and much love.